Hi, this is the Bailey Standard, and I want to walk you through my trailer, show you some things that I've done, some things that I've done differently. And come to mention it, I have something great I'm going to show you here in a minute. And, let's walk you through it. Let's go. One thing that I got to show you guys, you're going to love it. You know how a lot of people, they'll strap stuff down all the time. However, I've came up with a great solution. Put a 2x4 right behind the mowing tires. Works fantastic. I do it on the rider as well, and it works just as well. It makes things so they stay in place. First of all, if we're starting at the front of the trailer and we're going to work our way back, I do have a little box here that has random things. I have belts in here. I have weed eater line in here. I have cutters. I have a safety vest in here. Just kind of your give it all kind of box here. I'd like to upgrade to something different. But right now this was a super cheap option. And it just kind of fits right here great, right next to the tire, the spare tire. Buy a spare tire. I've learned that lesson with my other trailers in life that I have owned. Get a spare tire. If you do anything with a mowing trailer, make sure you get a spare tire. You don't need to have all these other accessories. But like I said, once I do upgrade to something different up here, I want to do something different with these gas cans. These gas cans are kind of in the way. They're not terrible, but they do move around from time to time. It'd just be nicer, and it wouldn't be nicer that they were in the middle. So to start off with the two mowers that I have on here, I have two of the Turf Master 30-inch mowers. Buy the commercial ones. Buy them. Don't buy the residential ones. I have done that mistake. So many times those parts on those go bad because they're not meant to be mowed with so much. The nice thing too about having two is I have a two-man crew, me and another guy. We mow, and it works great with having three mowers on the trailer. Most of the time I'm using the rider back there. However, there's those yards where people want you to bag, and I can't bag yet. And so that's where we're going to do some updating here soon to the equipment on the trailer. So yeah. So to start off, we have the Toro Time Master. This isn't the newer one of the two that I own as of right now. Kind of their key different factors are your handle up here. This one you got to pull down to get that gauge and blade engaged. And that one, you got to kind of push it. It's a pain in the rumpus, let me tell you that. But these are two different mowers. Those are the differences. The gas, same. However, these are switched on them because sometimes that one's kind of used as it's my backup mower. But a really good thing to have the same backup mower. They don't have the exact same parts, but they do because I broke the pull cord on this mower and I needed a quick one. I took it off that guy, put it on here, and I just have ran it with this one on here. Haven't fixed it yet. Then to kind of walk you more through my weed eater and blower situation. I do have a bit of a situation with those. I don't know why, and I don't know if anybody else is this way, but the residential stuff, it's tough to run, okay? I understand that, I do. However, the weed eaters that I've bought that are residential, they ran great. Now, do they have the power from what the better Echoes have? Probably for sure. So I have these guys. I bought them at Home Depot. One of them you can't even see the tag anymore. But they are the Echo PAS 225s. 225, sorry. I said that weird, but they're great weed eaters. I love them. One has a little bit different than the other. Being that I have one that you can switch this out to an edger, which eventually I might just buy another weed eater and have an actual edging weed eater. Because the line, you go through it a lot. But like another thing with these weed eaters is I took off there's a safety shaft that comes back here. I don't exactly know if that's the proper name for it, but it's the name I'm going to use for right now just to make this video easy. I took it off because I can see more of the where I'm weed eating, and if I want a little bit more weed eater line, like, you can't do that with those things. Those things cut them off. So every time you start your weed eater and you have those, you lose. Let's say every time you hit it, you lose an inch. Okay, I'm going to be replacing weed eater line more than I really want to be doing. So that's why I did it. I know there's safety factors. However, you have safety glasses on anyway, or sunglasses. Sunglasses that are safety glasses. You know. But I enjoy that side of it. But to kind of go back on the weed eater, or the blower, excuse me. I've had this still one. It's okay. It doesn't work right now. I'm in the market of getting a new one, so that's another part where this trailer's going to be getting an upgrade. But right now, I've been running this little Milwaukee 18-volt blower. Quiet. What I do like about it is it's decently quiet, but it's also easy to start because guess what? It's battery. But your disadvantages, though, is I can't pick up just a battery at your gas station at, whatever time of the day you start mowing. Sure, you can have a bunch of them charged up and have a bunch of different ones, but that's expensive. So that's kind of where I've been leaning away from it. I thought that was the new thing. I bought one. I love it for home. I don't love it doing residential stuff, though. And let's dive into the back of the trailer here in a second. On the back of the trailer now, and I'm going to show you something you need to buy. If you're like me, and I do this part-time, so this isn't my 100% gig all the time. I don't want my back to hurt every day from lifting this gate up and down. Now, is it a good workout? Heck yeah, it is, because these things are kind of heavy. You can buy what's called a gorilla lift, and it makes it easy, okay? So you take it, and I'll show you the other thing I have on here that makes mine different so I don't have to undo both sides. But here's the gorilla lift, okay? Lower it down. Go do your thing, go mow. Come back. Just drop the mower back. Then you take your foot, and I'm going to come over here so you can actually see I am using my foot. Okay? Right back up. Buy those. They're amazing. They work pretty good. And all you do is you drill them in on the side of the mowing trailer, and it works fantastic. Okay? One other thing I would highly suggest. So a lot of these have like a U-bolt shaped piece. It comes in here and it straps it down right here, right? So you have to do both sides. So it's kind of a pain. It's kind of a hassle. This doesn't save a ton of time, but it saves some time. If a guy struggles with it, I've watched multiple people struggle with it. I struggle with it. My dad struggled with it. My coworker that works with me, he struggles with it as well. But you can buy these. I can't remember exactly what brand this is. I have to look it up, but it goes all the way across, and you just pull it, and it fits right in, just like that. And it does both sides for your gate. That's what this piece is, right, that comes across here. I love it. You're not saying it saves you a ton of time, but it saves you enough time. Lastly, something that I bought about 6 years ago, and she's been a good girl so far. Maybe an upgrade coming. We'll see. Check back in the channel for this one. But I have a Big Dog 42-inch Alpha Ride-On mower. This mower's been good for me. However, you can see that all the plastic stuff here is missing. Didn't really like that. I bought it brand new, and I hit stuff with it. I broke it. It was very soft plastic. Okay? Not just me. My dad ran this machine for a couple of years before I kind of got more in tune and running it, just because he was helping me back then, and, I do it more by myself now. It's just easier. But this guy has, I think it has 420 hours on it. This is actually, it's a great mower. It has had its problems. It's had its fails. I broke a couple drive belts on it. I broke the belt that runs the blades. I've had it, you know. That's really about all I really broke on it for 400 hours. This is a residential mower. But, you know, it still looks flipping nice. I mean, the chair's still nice. Everything's in decent condition. I have actually bent one of the forks on this before. My dad, I don't know what he was doing. He hit something, like a curb or something, and bent it. It wasn't a terribly expensive fix. But otherwise, this mower has ran great. It starts, it runs, and I'm gonna have 1 second of knocking a company. These are made by Hustler. My grandma owns a Hustler. The big dog, which in my eyes should be maybe a tier down. I don't know. Maybe they're just the same thing. You know, this thing starts and runs way better, has more hours than hers does. But it's a great mower, okay? This really isn't a review. This is more of a, hey, see my trailer, see what I've done. And some upgrades that I'm going to tell you right now for this guy are going to be the gas cans. I want my gas cans differently mounted. I want a new blower, new mower. But hey, we always want new. But check back in all my other videos. I do a lot of DIY things. I've fixed grills. I've fixed all sorts of things. So this channel is just kind of your basic DIY, awesome Bailey standard out there in the world. You know, let's standardize things. Let's make things cool. Let's make things fun. Let's make things unique for us. This trailer is completely unique to me. I've seen people do other things on their trailers that I've thought that are cool. Other upgrades that I've thought of is more of when people have trash, to pick up trash. That's coming on these mowers. Kind of trying to upgrade and update my life, make my mowing company, and taking it to the next level. So come back, see some more videos. We're going to grind it this year. Hi, I'm Bailey with Bailey Standard, and I'd like to tell you guys I've mowed thousands of yards. And let me show you what I have on my trailer that's made me successful over the last, let's say, 8 years. I've mowed with a riding lawnmower for the last 6 years. And I can kind of walk you through what kind of my business has been. So let's dive right into it. Hi, I'm Bailey, and I'm part of the Bailey Standard. And let me show you through and walk you through my mowing trailer that I've mowed thousands of yards with, continuing to. And we got an upgrade this week coming in, so stay tuned. However, we're gonna walk you through what I've had for the last, I think I've had this trailer for over 5 years, or actually a little bit longer than that. I have had it. It's been a great trailer. It's a rice trailer. I highly recommend those trailers. It is a 10-foot by 6-foot wide trailer. And let me walk you through what I have on my mowing trailer. Some upgrades I might be doing in the future soon. But something to get you by now, you know. And let's dig into this guy.